Hi guys, it's Belle here, and it is day 4 of hashtag Junk Journal July 24, created by Meg Journals in collaboration with Get Messy Art. All links will be in the description box. And first, I just want to say happy 4th of July, happy Independence Day to all of you who are in the United States who may be celebrating today. You know, I hope whatever you're doing, you have a wonderful day. So let's get on with it. So today's prompt is labels. Now, I just immediately go to a basic label because I love using these in my journals anyway. So we're going to kind of do a page full of labels, guys. Yeah, this is the one we did for day 3, which I am still loving, by the way. So we have a music paper page today, and it did have a pocket on it, and I took the pocket off because it had this pocket on it, but that's not going to work for me. So that needed to come off. And the first thing I want to do is I want to put some gesso down on here. So I want to remove this off here. And I just want to gesso, and today instead of the spatula, I'm just going to use a brush. I just need to mute the music paper down just a smidge. We're not putting it all over everything because we don't need it over the whole page. So I've got an idea in mind. I don't know how it's going to end up looking, but that's the fun of doing this challenge, is just exploring and playing. So just wanted that muted, which it is, and I'm going to firstly wipe that off, and then I'm going to actually dry the gesso, not Mod Podge, and then I'll be back. Okie doo. So that's all lovely and dry. I have a ton of labels, guys. Like sometimes I just sit and stamp out a load of labels. I also put some in my little tray here that's got all sorts from all the different things that I've been doing. So we're just going to get those out too, because yeah, we want to use them. Most of them are stamped out. A couple maybe from digital kits that I'm not sure about, because I don't actually because they all just get put in the pot. Oh gosh, where's the threads come from? I don't actually always know what kit they're from. May want some fabric on here now I'm thinking about it. Right, so we're just going to get started, and I am literally just going to glue some labels down, and I want it a bit like I did with the stamps. I want it to kind of be not over the whole page, just over part of the page, and I want them all different shapes and sizes and types and all that kind of good stuff. That's what I'm gonna do. I need to kind of think about where I'm placing things. It's another smaller one. We could have a square one here. Yeah, we could do that. I should have really inked the edges of all these too, but I didn't. So we're going with it. We're just doing what we're doing. Let's have a little square one brought in down here, which means we could have a thinner one behind it. I have a little thinner one off to the side again. We will see. So yeah, labels. I love labels. I really do love labels. I use them a lot in my work. I don't know, sometimes they just feel like the finishing touch. Obviously, there's loads of digital kits out there that have some great fun labels. I mean, these are a digital, but I can't remember what it was. I just know I used it for when I was making my in-laws their 50th wedding anniversary journal for their surprise gift. So I know I used them for that. They're a bit more, what's the word? Ornate. than I might usually use. So it's good to use them in this, because then I'm using some up, which is fun. Do love a label. Wondering if I want a round one off to the side and maybe another square one there. We've got a half of a one actually, which could go there, and then we could have a round one like that, and that might work actually. I might not need anything else. Might just be those. I did think about sort of keeping labels from, I don't know, foods and things when I go shopping, but I don't really get a lot of things with labels like that. So this is what I had. This is what I wanted to use. It'll be interesting to see other people's take on label. I'm wondering if I want a circle down there. I may do, but before that, let's trim this edge off. Like so, and it does have, and I am going to keep those because I do use them all the time, even in little bits like this. It does have a rounded edge, so I'm going to round the edge. This seems more attached, this bit of the journal, which is all good. So that looks like that, and you're probably thinking, oh, not enjoying that so much. That's okay. And then I cut out some flowers and plants, and I used some of my inked papers and some of my jelly plate prints, and I'm gonna put these on here because if you have watched me for any length of time during Coupon June, you will know that I love a plant. I just love them, guys. Just love flowers. Just think they're so pretty. Doopy-doo. Do I want it like that, or do I want the pink on the inside? And I chose colours. So this jelly plate has actually yellow and orange and pink on it. I'm hoping that's picking up. So I chose other inked papers that would work for that as well, that would help pick up. I think I like it like that. Let's put this one down first. That would pick up on those colours. So yeah, would love to know what you're doing if you are celebrating the 4th of July and Independence Day. I would love to know what you're doing, you know, so let me know in the comments below. Obviously we don't celebrate it over here in the UK, however, I mean, probably for obvious reasons, but also, you know, you're celebrating your independence, whereas UK hasn't really had to fight for independence. But well, let's move on from that subject. Before things get political, and actually over here in the UK today, it is the general election, so yep, got to go and vote. I'm filming this before the 4th, so obviously haven't voted yet, but I will be going out and voting. But what was I saying about America and the Independence Day? Anyway, that's what I was saying. Some American companies here in the UK do actually do 4th of July stuff for their staff. I know that, but otherwise it's not really a thing over here. But I would love to know what you're doing if you are celebrating. Oh, I love the colours of all that. I do love the colours. So, yeah, there we go. Right. Now, this is where I'm wondering what to do. So, I do have the word imagine, which I thought was quite cute. Or I do have the Tim Holtz words that I was thinking of putting in the labels. But then what am I going to do up there? I mean, we could have the label with the number on it, couldn't we? I mean, it could just be plain. Let's use the Tim Holtz rub-ons because I haven't used those yet. It's the Tiny Text Petite rub-ons. I've only recently got them. So, firstly, they still have their little rub-on stick with them, which always goes missing. I must have 100 of these things all over the place. But I'm thinking of just putting some sentiments in the words, maybe. I wonder if, hold on, where did that other circular one go? I wonder if I should kind of do something down here or do a little bit of stitching. I could do some messy stitching. I feel like it needs something. I think that's what's bothering me. It just needs a little something. So whether I just did a little bit of stitching. I've only got black thread, but that's okay because there's black on my labels, so I could do just a little bit of stitching. Possibly it needs something there. It definitely needs something there now I'm looking at it. So let's think about how I could do this and then chop it and have bits sticking up. Let's have a look. I don't have a lot still on my desk because I have stuff left over from Creep on June. And I haven't swapped like my fabrics out, so they're all the grungy, creepy ones. I was trying to rip that the wrong way. I mean, what is wrong with me? So we could do a little bit of fabric, and then maybe what this needs is it needs to be pulled apart. Maybe that's what I need. Maybe I just need it pulled apart in some threads. And with some of this. I wasn't going to add any of this, but it kind of looks quite cute. Maybe a little bit of lace. Or maybe that's overkill. We'll find out. We will find out. Do you know what? I kind of like that. So I'm going to go stitch that and I'll be back. Okay, so it did need just a little bit. Would it have been nicer in white? I don't know, but I don't mind it in the black, and you know, that's what matters. And I love the fact the threads are hanging down because it will give some interest at the bottom of the page. So okay, so I like that. And now I have to decide, do I just use the word imagine up there? Let's tear it because it's too big, isn't it? Or do I use some of this? Because I was going to say the adventure begins. The adventure begins. We could put it down there or all up here. I feel like this needs something, and I have to remember I'm going to use a tab for the number. Or I could always put the number in one of these, couldn't I? Okay, let's do that. Let's put the number 4 in one of those. Oh, do you know what I was going to use? Hold on, let me get this number out. Right, that took more than... I also had some of them stuck on vellum, and I do really like the effect of vellum labels over... Oh, look at that. I really like that. It just kind of looks quite cool if we've got like part of them behind the vellum. Oh, I do like that. Because it's just behind the vellum. That one's quite big. There we go, it goes that way. Oh, I quite like that. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to put the vellum down. Yeah, We're gonna put the vellum down. And it just gives us a different texture. This was meant to be super quick, guys. But I don't know. When I actually did it, it didn't come together in my head the way I'd seen it. And that's super important. So we're playing a bit more than I'd expected to. But that's okay. Now this is, I call it vellum. It's basically tracing paper, guys. And it works really well for me as vellum to both print on and to glue. It's fine. So we're going to do that. Oh, I really like it. Oh, I really like it. How cute. And it just gives a different look. That one wants to play up a little bit. The circular ones I find always play up a little bit more. That looks a bit cloudy now, but once the glue has dried, it will dry clear. Oh my gosh. My neighbour's dogs are really barking at something. They sound a little bit unhappy. I can't find my small acrylic stamp pad. So we'll use this giant one. We'll use the giant one. And we're going to use the stays on to put the number 4. And instead of it being on a tab, we're going to put it, where do I want it? Do you know what? I quite like it there. We're going to put it there today. That's what we're going to do. Okay, and then let's use the Tim Holtz word. Beautiful day, adventure begins. Enjoy the journey. The adventure begins. I'm wondering if, right, I'm wondering if, and I may not like it, I'm wondering if I want it. I'm going to quickly look. Yeah, I like it there, guys. And we're leaving white space. I mean, who thought? Who could thunked it? The adventure begins. Now I'm really going to have to rub this really well because it's on the vellum and it's up on top of... Ah, I like that. I'm just wondering if I want another one maybe over here. Like the little kisses. They're quite cute. Or smile. 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 The adventure begins. Let's take that off there. And then let's put this. Should we do it at an angle? Or do I want it like that? Let's do it like this. No? Yes, let's do it like this. Smile, the adventure begins. Oh no, what happened to the S? Come back. Ugh, well, that didn't work out great, but that's okay because I'll grab my pen and I'll just finish that off like that. Aha! And you know what, guys? I think that's it. I think that's all I'm going to do on this page. I'm going to leave some white space. I'm not going to do any stamping. Who am I leaving white space? And we've used labels in, you know, a different kind of way. And this is today's piece. So we've used labels. We've used basically just normal labels. I think what I don't like is kind of this edge here. So I'm going to just, in black, just do that a little bit. Yes, we've used normal paper labels. That wants to come up because of the how bulky that is. And we've used translucent labels. And we've layered them up. We've got some pretty flowers. We've got some words. And I really like that. So that is day 4, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one, even though who knew where it was going to begin with. And yeah, just gives you an idea of how to layer things differently and how to maybe work with a different space. Yeah, I really enjoy that. So again, wherever you are in the world, I hope you're having lots of crafty fun. But if you are in America, I hope you're having a wonderful, or in the United States of America, I should say, I hope you're having a wonderful 4th of July. And until next time, guys, bye.